it's me, your Void, and I have another tag for y'all. So Kirsty from Kbeth Bookish tagged me in the D&D tag under the assumption that I like Dungeons and Dragons. She is very much correct, and I have the books to prove it. Never mind me wearing Critical Role merchandise. So this tag was created by two lovely people who I don't know, but I'm sure they're great people. I will tag them down below to check out. I myself am guilty of not checking them out yet. I will, I promise. I will check y'all out. Cool. So this tag has 10 questions, one of which is book unrelated, and 9 of them ask me to throw a book in your face. So I will do that. Starting off with the first question. It's not necessarily questions, it's more like prompts. More like reading prompts. Yeah, the first prompt is, everyone is dead. So show a book that has a character with a tragic backstory. And for that I chose Battle Mage by Peter A. Flannery. One of my favorite books. The first 250 pages of this The first 250 pages of this are a movie to be seen. But yeah, especially the first 250 pages, and then in Germany did the weird thing of splitting the books in two again. But towards the end, it gets epic again, and the beginning is also very epic. This has very cinematic fight scenes. Love it. This book is following a character called Falco. Falco is a boy who has so many issues. First of all, he is disabled. It is some sort of breathing issue he has. It presents like very severe asthma, but it comes with a bunch more problems, like he has skin irritations and everything. He also suffers from night terrors, not just nightmares, but night terrors, like this boy wakes up screaming every single night from what he's dreaming about. That alone is pretty getting fucked by life in the wrong way. But on top of that, he also has to live with the fact that A, he doesn't know his mom. She basically was never in the picture, and she did. His dad was murdered by his own dragon. His dad is infamous for A, first of all, he was a powerful battle mage, riding a dragon into battle, like one of the most powerful and really big dragon, really cool. He was the hero, only to then let his dragon turn black, which means his dragon went insane, and then he like betrayed everyone, and there was this whole big thing where he was like riding a black dragon, killing everyone before they were killed, and like his dragon set him on fire. Like there's this whole thing, and everyone who sees Falco is like, you are the kid of the very bad evil man. Also, his dad is dead, but all the memories he has of his dad are his dad just being a good guy, of being his dad. So now Falco is living in this village, and he is living with this old mage guy who is a father figure, yes, but he's also employing Falco, so he also has to work for this guy. It's a whole thing, and then we start the book with even more tragedy in this boy's life. Things happen. It's all very tragic. The thing is though, that is the point. Because Falco is a battle mage. A completely untrained one, but he has the skills to become one. And these skills are very rare. And these skills are born of tragedy. These nightmares that he's having, he needs to have them in order to qualify as a battle mage. Because it means he can suffer through all of this. He can put all the suffering on his shoulders and keep going. And that is one of the points that makes a battle mage. They literally inspire hope on a magnitude that empowers other people to fight the demons that are taking over the land. He is very important. And his suffering is important too, which sucks, I guess. The next prompt wants me to roll Persuasion with Advantage. Problem being, I never play any characters that have remotely enough points in Charisma, let alone the Persuasion skill, but that's beside the point. This prompt wants me to name an autobuy author, but I'm an overachiever, so I give you 3. First one being, of course, my love, Brian McClellan, because how can I not? I don't yet own everything he has written, because there are a couple of pesky ebooks that I still need to get my hands on. But I have the Powder Mage trilogy, I have the Fallout trilogy, I have the short stories, I have Shadow of Lightning. I am desperately waiting for this man to finish book 2. Apparently he has finished it, according to his Twitter. Gimme. The second autobuy author I have is V. Schwab. Again, I don't own everything they have written so far, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there, and so far I have loved everything that came out of this person's brainsicles. Very into Vishwa. This is legit an autobuy author. I just take 100 years to get my fingers on the new books. The third autobuy author has not yet appeared on this channel, I believe, and that is Jonathan Sims, head archivist of the Magnus Institute, London. Sorry, Jonathan Sims, the guy who created the Magnus archives, who is now working on the Magnus protocol, and who has made me realize I A, like podcasts, and B, horror. And yes, this man writes books. This is his first book, and it reads like a short season of the Magnus Archives, but that, I don't care because it's good. It's good. I have a second book. It's down there somewhere in my book cart. Yes, if you like very, I don't want to call it poetically written horror, but the way this man writes is just, it has a certain something to it. I want to eat his words. And he is very good at crafting these narratives that seemingly have nothing to do with each other, only to them come together in the most perfect of ways and everything makes sense. Yes. Third prompt. Me and the boys are gonna mess you up. This wants me to give you an ensemble cast that I really like. So I have to hold up in the Shadow of Lightning again. I love every single character in here. Some more, some less, as is expected. But everyone is just fucking cool, amazing, yes! We have, I believe, wait, let me count. We have 4 main characters. In the beginning, they are at very different points in their life and on the map, but eventually they all come together and have to solve the problem that is magic running out in a society that is built upon magic. Oopsie. Fourth prompt. I rolled a 1. We all hate it, but sometimes it's the most hilarious shit that can happen to you. So here we are. A character that keeps on trying and keeps on failing. I went with Reihald Golharrow, the commander of the Black Wings, in the same book, Black Wings. This man goes through it. First of all, the position of being commander of the Black Wings itself is already a big fuck you by life to him. He doesn't like his job. He never wanted to do this job, but now he kind of has to because he was accidentally forced into it by himself. He's trying to be a righteous man, and every time he tries to do the right thing, bad things happen, and he is forced to do the bad thing instead. It happens in book 1, it happens in book 2, it happens in book 3, and even when he gets his happy ending, it has this bittersweet aftertaste to it. It is you just know the second a good thing happens to this man, it will disappear in the next chapter. And honestly, it is so cool. Not just because I like to see people suffer, it is also because every time he just tries to do the right thing. He hangs on to this little tiny shred of honor that he has. He is trying so desperately to not be 100% an asshole, even though everything is against him, even though he should go 100% asshole to get the job done and make things easier on him. But he just refuses. He is so stubborn to give up that 0.1% of having humanity and morals and whatnot. And every time something bad happens to him, it raises the stakes in the whole story because no one else is holding on to that 1% of being a good person. He is the only person who does this, and because everyone else went full on asshole, no one cares. He is the only one who cares simply because he is too stubborn to let go of this 1% of a moral compass. He goes through it. I love it. It's amazing. 5. Roll to tame the floof. As if anyone besides the cavalier fighter ever chooses the animal handling skill. Useless. This prompt wants me to adopt a dangerous creature from a book, and I chose the lionesses from Children of Blood and Bone. They're not necessarily dangerous. They can be dangerous, like all predators are, right? Your dog can be dangerous if you let it. But honestly, I want to have a saber-toothed lion with horns that I can ride like a horse, because fuck yeah. Also, that would be kind of good for the environment if we all had one. Like, we could just go places, buy lion, horned lion, saber-toothed lion. No, I want 10. I want one in every color. Thank you. Can you imagine all the Lion King jokes? Everyone and their mom is calling their lioness Simba. 6. The DM rolls unexpectedly. I am so guilty of that. I love to just roll dice, smile at my players, and make them fear me. They never do, they mostly disrespect me and try to flirt with all of my NPCs, but that's beside the point. A book that surprised me. Windborn by Jennifer Ellis Yeager. Now, if you watch this video and you think you want to get your own copy of Windborn, gotta learn German first. I don't think this has an English translation. This is a German book. I don't have a lot of books by German authors, which is a thing I'm working on. I tried to change it. But this one surprised me. I don't even know why it surprised me. I knew this was going to be somewhat of a fantasy romance. I know this is fighting to get your homeland back from a colonial force. I know this has some fantasy in it, as in magic, but also we kind of suppress certain kinds of this magic in order to gain control over the land. The setup was good, the world building was good, but something about this book just gripped me in a way that I wasn't expecting. It gripped me in a way that made me almost mad about the fact that this is a standalone. Like, I want more from this world, from these characters, from everything in here. Does it end on a cliffhanger? No. Are all the issues in the book resolved? Yes. But it is so open-ended that there could be another book. And yet there isn't. I don't even know what else to say about it, but it surprised me in more than one way, and I'm very much here for it. The 7th prompt, I would like to rage. The catchphrase of every barbarian on this planet. Character with anger issues. Kate Harker in this savage song. I mean, we opened this book with her setting a school church on fire. It literally says, first line of the book, the night Kate Harker decided to burn down the school chapel, she wasn't angry or drunk, she was desperate. Which kind of disproves my point that she has anger issues, but this girl has anger issues, my man. This girl has anger issues. She's punching everyone who's just looking at her funny. You breathe in her general vicinity? Straight to jail. No, straight to the gallows. She has anger issues, and she needs therapy desperately. Not just for her anger issues, she just needs therapy, period. The 8th prompt, hip thrust for seduction. I have never had a player who wanted to hip thrust for seduction purposes. And I only ever had one player who tried to seduce the dragon, and it was less like seduce the dragon to bonk and more seduce the dragon to kill me. It's a whole story. It's the very simple translation from hip thrust for seduction to the prompt that wants me to give you a spicy book recommendation, and for that I chose Sex Wizards by Alethea Faust. I mean, what more do I need to say? Other than Sex Wizards. Huh? You're not sold yet? Well, how about this? We follow Domini, who is so good at bonking that he gets an invitation to a magic school, and he goes there and finds out, hey, we cast magic by bonking. It is a kink-based magic system, and I am so here for it. This is queer in every shape and form imaginable. We have all sexualities present. We have all kinds of relationship dynamics present. And somehow we have room for found family in here, and it's just, yes. If queer joy was put in a very, very smutty book, it would be this! Yay! So, yeah, if you want to read something very spicy, but also very respectful, Initiation, the first book in the Sex Wizards series by Alethea Faust. The last prompt written on my back because I'm a fucking nerd. So yeah, the last prompt is how do you want to do this? Matt Mercer's catchphrase. I'm using it whenever I get the chance in my games because again, I am a fucking nerd. And the how do you want to do this prompt wants me to give you a book that has a very satisfying ending, and for this I chose Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Eames, which is also D&D as a book. I, as an avid D&D player, can read between the lines, and I saw every natural 20 that happened. I saw every natural 1 that happened as well. I mean, a wizard tripping over his own robes. That has to be a failed acrobatics check. What else can it be, right? But yeah, in Kings of the Wild, we follow a guy named Cooper, and he's actually a retired adventurer, but then his old friend comes back and is like, oh man, my daughter made a very questionable decision and now she kind of has a problem and I feel the need to kind of go go and save her, but I can't do it alone because I'm old. So let's be old and heroic together once more. So they team up and they get the gang back together, and shenanigans ensue from there. Just getting the gang back together and getting their asses over to where the daughter is. Yes. But this ends in a very satisfying way of Cooper figuring out, yep, no, I'm done. I'm actually done with the whole adventuring thing, and I have worked through a couple of issues on this adventure, and I think I just want to be at home and be a dad and just don't do the adventuring thing anymore. Thank you! But yeah, it's a very, very rounded out story, very nice. If you want to experience D&D, read this book. The 10th prompt of this tag wants me to tag 3 of my friends to gather my party. The problem being I don't have friends. That's a lie, I have a bunch of friends, but the people I want to tag already have been tagged. And I'm now going to do a thing that no one should do. I'm a level 3 character and I'm going to take on Stradron Zarowich, CR14 plus monster. I'm going to punch above my weight and tag a bunch of people that I have no idea if they even know I exist. But I know they might play D&D. Or might be interested in this kind of tag thingamathing thing. So I'm being a brave boy that I am. Does that help? So I'm going to tag our headmaster at the Aurelium Academy of Thingamathing Things, G. I mean, he had the word dragon in his name for the longest time, so I'm going to tag Gavin. And I'm going to tag Holly, because I know there's another fantasy nerd in there. I am so sorry if you guys are weirded out by a tiny ass person like me just randomly tagging you in a very obscure thing. Sorry! But not actually. I mean, it's fun. Hello? And yeah, that's it. That's the whole tag. I'll leave the questions down there. Okay. Cool. Bye.